Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Swiss Army Dan coming back at you with another Swiss Army knife video. I was just looking at this box here. It says, it's a Victorinox box, and it says, makers of the original Swiss Army knife. While that statement is not untrue, I think a more accurate statement would be one of the makers of the original Swiss Army knife. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that today. What I'm going to talk about is these two Victorinox knives that recently scored on the bay. I always love sharing these things, and so I just wanted to go through these today, talk a little bit about a couple Victorinox knives, and maybe some, if you're interested in vintage Swiss Army knives, maybe talk a little bit about that and how to get them. So both these were in a lot with like 4 other not so cool or interesting knives, and you couldn't really tell what they were. I think they listed this one as a 2-layer, and I could tell because it was laying like this. It's like a picture like that, and I was like, no, that has a 3rd layer. I bet it's a saw. And that's one thing that you need to be aware of, especially if you're looking at buying like used Swiss Army knives. A lot of the times people will not recognize the saw as a tool. They'll look at it and be like, oh, that's just the divider or whatever, but they don't notice it's actually a wood saw in there. So this is probably a early 70s hiker, and it's cool because I've never seen a hiker, a vintage hiker with the clip point blade that's in great shape. Nice mirror polish on it. The blade has seen some use, but it's still in pretty good shape. Another interesting thing about this one, you see it's got the small V on Victorinox. No stamp on the back. And if I recall correctly, that's not too uncommon to see in the 70s, and I think the years are like 73, 75, and 76, or maybe 75 and 77. But I'm thinking that this, like around that time they were phasing out the Victoria stamp, right? We know the Victoria stamp. I'll refresh your memory. Oh, that's not it. Look at me. There we go. There's the Victoria stamp. So they're phasing that out around 73. And so maybe this is like a 75 knife. Also, those years between 73 and 75, there's a lot of changes going on. They introduced several tools and features in 75, which I'll get to. So I'm just saying there's a lot of changes around that time. This might be like a 75 knife, or maybe a 74, because it does have that clip point blade, which was started phasing out around 73, 74. It has the rounded Phillips on the back with the slotted Phillips. Yeah, there we go, which is cool, but no file like the old ones. Maybe I don't have one out right now. Do I? Nope, I don't. So the old ones, like I think 61 to 68, will have a file right here. So we know it's past 68. We know it's pre, I don't know. The other thing that you can, I don't know how well it will come on across here. There's a difference between these two. This one starts to form that patina that you see on some older Swiss Army knives. Let's see what else I have. Yep, this one's got it too. It's kind of this goldish, bronzish patina, and I think they were using nickel silver. So it's those compared to a newer one like this. You can maybe tell the difference there, but these are going to be stainless steel. I'm pretty sure this is nickel silver for the victorinox emblem there. So yeah, that was the hiker. So pretty cool, like vintage hiker. Sorry for hitting the camera there. Stoked about that. One other thing I wanted to remark, yeah, it doesn't have this sharpened wire scraper feature that you'll see on older Victorinox. See the difference there? So yeah, I think this is going to be like mid-70s, early to mid-70s on this hiker, and it probably wasn't referred to as the hiker at that time. I think the hiker name in American markets came later, which is kind of related to this knife here. So the hiker, as it's known now, is basically a tinker plus a wood saw. But there's also just a Spartan sold in Canadian markets, I think probably in the 80s and 90s, that had a hiker emblem, and it was called the hiker. Very similar to this Alpinier, which is also known as the passenger, and that's what this is. This would have probably been sold in a Canadian market, marketed as the passenger. It's got the magnifying glass and inline Phillips there, but this is the other one I found, and it's kind of beat up. The scales, you can probably tell they've seen better days. But this is probably early 80s or late 70s passenger, and someone didn't take the best care of it. It's got a broken tip of the blade there, and when you close it, the small blade wants to go on the wrong side of the big blade. It doesn't want to go over here, it wants to come in this way. So you have to be careful. Close the big blade first and make sure this one closes correctly. This is one, you know, I've always loved this model. It might be worth sending to Victorinox and begging them to fix it. But I think it's a score, just because this model is not real common. It's a favorite of mine, and overall it's in pretty decent shape. I think I could clean up these scales without too much effort. And the older Victorinox, the solid scales, they clean up so much easier and so much nicer than the newer scales. What did I have this Hoffer sell? I think I just wanted to compare the inline, the back layer Phillips on these. This Hofferts is, I'm pretty confident, from like the early 80s. Didn't come with the aluminum tip tweezers. This one has no tweezers and toothpick. I wonder at this time if it was available with toothpick and tweezers, and if it had a different model number. I looked at SAC Wiki, didn't have any information on that, so I'm gonna do a little bit more investigating. Let's see, I'm almost at 10 minutes. Let's talk a little bit more and I'll let you guys go. I won't keep you too long. These are two knives that I thought that they came with a lot, where I got these other two vintage 3 layers, and I thought they were going to be like made in China from the 80s or something, but they look like cheap knives in the picture with the sharp. But you know, I'm not sure about this company. I looked really quick before I made this video, but I don't think it's the same company that is like made TVs. I know I had like a Sharp TV growing up, but this is made in Czechoslovakia, which is no longer a country. It has Sharp on the blade there, so it's not like an ad knife, I don't think. Looks like it's made in Czechoslovakia, but it's really actually high quality. It's got a really nice satisfying snap, very close to Victorinox. This thing is a nail breaker to get out. I don't think I'm even gonna mess with it. But yeah, there's the cap lifter screwdriver. But solid. This one's just like it's just like a Spartan. This one is like a 91 millimeter recruit, basically, because it's got the small blade instead of the nail file there. But really, like I said, solid knives, good snap. Reminds me of, like, you know, some other European or German made kind of Swiss Army knife rip-offs. What was interesting on this one is it has a blade back here instead of an awl. Like the awl is more just like a blade. Gotta be careful with that, but it seems like, you know, if you are careful, it could be a pretty good tool. What else? I wanted to talk about eBay really quick. You know, don't waste your money buying. Well, do what you want with your money, but my advice is some sellers are kind of notorious for like finding a vintage Swiss Army knife and just really gouging, trying to get all they can out of it. And you know, if there's something that you really want, then I guess go for it. But I try to stay away from those kind of sellers. I try to find people like clearing out like a garage sale or estate sale type of situation where you're not really sure on what you might be getting, and you kind of got to take a chance. But sometimes it pays off. I felt like I did with these. They're not in great shape or anything, but I like cleaning them up and that kind of thing. Like I said, I might send this one to Victorinox and say, could you please just make this a little bit better, fix that blade situation and replace a small blade. That would be cool. Anyway, you guys, I hope you're doing well. I'm having a nice day off. My little boy's with the grandparents today, and it's nice weather. I'm going to do some schoolwork. I just wanted to get a Swiss Army knife video done. So you guys remember to be kind to each other, like, comment, subscribe, and I've got some other video ideas I'd like to complete coming up. So I'll try to post something up pretty soon. So you guys take care. Swiss Army Dan is out.